Hello, this is Kid Malek from Malek and Malek. This is just a quick little intro. In this video, I'm gonna um, basically do an overview of the BWC online portal, and it's has a nickname. I don't know where this came from, but it's called Dolphin. I'm going to basically show you some things that you should go to in your claim, and I strongly recommend that you make an account. I'm going to show you where to go for that too. But I'm just going to be walking you through the things on the Dolphin or the BWC site that I think will be helpful for you in managing your claim, getting understanding what's going on, where information exists. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at is I'm going to post this link right here in the comments section or in the notes section, so you can click on that. But if you haven't created an account, go to this link and go to that page. Oops, going ahead. And how to create an account. It's pretty self-explanatory. I would highly recommend that you make an account. Again, as I explained, it's better to have access to the account and be informed. Okay, so that's how you make an account. Go there. Okay, again, this link right here, I'm going to put it within the notes of this video, but this is a good place to see a bunch of things that you get access in relation to your claim. So again, there's that create an account link right there. You click on that. There's settlement research. This is what we use to get some information when we're drafting settlement demands. So this is kind of like a base place to look for things. And again, the link I'll put in the notes section. Okay, so this is settlement research. So you'd put in your claim number or your social security number. And so I've put in somebody else's current client's claim number, and so that's why these things are redacted. But it's a lost time claim, so that means if it was medical only, that would mean they didn't miss any work. But this is lost time, so they've missed work. And then in the next section, again, the identifying information has been redacted, but you could see, a PP. There's been no permanent partial disability award that has been granted in this claim. Either it hasn't, they're not entitled to it at all, or they've been found with 0% PPD, or it hasn't been filed yet. And this one, it's more than likely because you could look down lost paid indemnity date 11/5/2020. So that means they're receiving temporary total disability compensation currently, and for that reason, it's not right to get a PPD award. But you could see the allowed conditions. You could see, all the conditions allowed in the claim. You could see the FWW, the AWW. You could look at total medical that's been paid through the claim, and then the total indemnity. So you may never access this page, but know that your workers' comp attorney is, and then they're using this information when they're drafting the settlement demands. Okay, so that's settlement research. Okay, so let me go back. So you'll see right here this additional resources link. So when you click on that, it's going to drop down. It's going to show my claim. And when you click on that, you're going to be able to put your claim number or your social security number. And then you'll do next. And then this is kind of the control panel for your claim. So, and I'll talk about various things, but it's going to have your personal information, your claim right there, your medical bills, payments. This is if you need to contact your managed care organization. You'll be able to see that. You'll also be able to see who your claim rep is. So the person at the BWC that you talk to, you'll have their number and their email and their fax if you have to send them information. It also, if you click on the claim supervisor, that information should be there as well. So if you have an issue, like your claim rep screwed something up, and you want somebody else to look at it, you might tap on the shoulder of the claim supervisor. So, okay, so, and if we were able to scroll down to the bottom, if this was like a live page, again, it isn't because I've redacted all this information. But at the bottom below the managed care organization, you're going to see these quick links. 3 things that are kind of helpful: claim correspondence, claim notes, and then claim documents. So claim correspondences, this is where your BWC orders are going to appear. So if your information has been set up correctly, the BWC will send these BWC orders to your last known address on file. If the address isn't correct, or you've moved, or your mail's getting stolen or not getting delivered, then you might not receive it. But you know, if that's the case, that's the case. But it will also be here. So you could look in this claim correspondence and you could see all the orders, all the various things that have impacted your claim. Okay. And again, the really important things to keep an eye on are, again, those BWC orders. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll show you. If you look at this subsequent decision order, click on that, and that's going to be, and a BWC order is something that can be appealed. So, and this is what I mean. So this order looks like this person had filed to have their wage rate increased, because it used to be set at $172, and then it was reset at $568. So that, you know, again, remember 6/6 and 2/3 of 172 versus 6/6 and 2/3 of 568. Which would you rather have? Obviously, you'd rather have the 568. So, and then it also discusses here that it's going to cover a back period. So they'll make up the difference. The comp should have been paid at this higher rate, so they're going to make up the difference, and they're going to compensate you that money. So this is an order. So this person's probably happy with this because their wage rate has increased. So that person probably wouldn't have appealed that. But the employer might not be happy, because if the wage rate increases, that might impact their workers' comp coverage, and they might have evidence or whatever reason to not go with that wage rate. So if that's the case, whoever is involved with this, you know, either party can appeal this, but they have to do it within 14 days, and it talks about that right here. So they have to file an appeal within 14 days. So that's usually 14 plus 4 days to receive that information in the mail. If that's not appealed timely, then that order stands and you're stuck. Okay, so these are important, these orders, especially things that need to be appealed. So that's why if you had access to your claim, you could look at claim correspondences, and you could look and see, oh, do I have a BWC order? Do I have the subsequent order? Am I getting this in the mail? I mean, I've seen this, and more than likely your attorney is going to be aware of all these things too, but who knows? So it's better to have multiple eyes on things than not. So that's why it'd be a good idea to access your claim, to access these orders online. So this is just the back of it, the second page. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so that was claim correspondences. Claim notes. Claim notes are going to be where this person, Nancy, or whoever's involved with the claim, is going to document things. So sometimes this can be helpful because you could see, oh, the employer, you could look at employer's notes, and you could see, oh, the employer is saying this, or it looks like the claim rep has been trying to contact me, or whatever. Basically, you can kind of look in the background, peek behind the curtain, and see what's going on, and that can be helpful depending on what information is being documented there. So when you click on that, obviously you're going to put your claim number in there, and then you're going to see, oh, like let's say, looks like they contacted the employer. Most of the time, this stuff is probably pretty it's probably pretty not super important, but sometimes it can be. So again, it's just some of this background information. Again, it's peeking behind the curtain. So that's your claim notes. And then to get back, and I'm just showing you to get back to the base page, additional resources, the drop down, click on the My Claim button. So you go back, and you're going to go back into my claim. So, and then the final thing would be the claim documents. So claim documents are going to be like the medical records, you know, basically anything with your claim is going to be thrown into claim documents. So evidence, employer info, employee info, IC orders, IC notices, you know, industrial commission notices, C9s that have been submitted to claim, Medco 14s, those are the documents that certify you temporarily and totally disabled. Basically, it's a clearinghouse for all the information documents that have been submitted to your claim. So that's going to be claim documents, and if it's an old claim or it's a claim that has a lot, you know, you're going to have like this. There's 42 pages of this stuff. You could click to show all, scroll down, but you'll be able to look and you'll be able to see. Oh, okay, looks like there's a hearing coming up on 11/25 for this person of 2020. So, oh, we got to go to this hearing. So, and it's an ADR issue. So if you go down here, it looks like we filed an appeal to epidural steroid injection denial. So I presume that is what that hearing will be in regards to. And that may be important. This person may need this, or they might want it, or whatever. So, claim documents. Again, good place to look, see what's going on with your claim. So let's see, what do we got next? Okay, payments. So if you want to see, if you're, you know, you're like, hey, attorney, when am I going to get my next check? You know, temporary total disability compensation. You can look at view all payments. So you'll look in here, and then you'll get to that page, and you can say, oh, okay, it looks like it was the TT was issued on 11/5/2020, and it was issued here, and well, this person cashed it, but it could be issued and it hadn't been cashed, or it hadn't been, you know, if you look and it hadn't been issued, that kind of clues you in. If you're thinking you need to, if you should be getting something, then that might be a clue, like, oh, something's up. Maybe Medco wasn't submitted, or maybe a certain document wasn't submitted. So that's your payments. Another thing to look at is bill status. So if you're getting a bill from the hospital through the claim, like you got injured and you were treated at a hospital, and you think that bill is submitted to the claim, but you're not entirely 100% sure, you could look at the medical bill status. Click on that, and you can see, okay, what has been billed and what has been paid. So these are all, looks like they're billed, but then you look down here, and like this, well, this is, if it was billed but not paid, like it says paid 0, then that might be something that needs to be appealed through your claim. So you might look at, tap your attorney on the shoulder and say, hey, this hasn't been paid. It looks like this data service has already been paid, because it looks like it's the same place. And they're not always going to pay, you know, the BWC, you know, the medical provider might charge X money, but the BWC, they're going to pay at the BWC rate. So, but that means it's been paid. But in this case, I think this has been paid. It looks like it's just it was submitted multiple times. So it was billed at 144.95 and it's paid at 60.73. Whatever this is, that might be something to look into as something that wasn't paid through the claim, or it was paid in some other fashion. So things to look at. And then also, if you're curious, you can just look at here, and if you click on it, it'll show you what the thing is. You could do the same thing for the prescriptions, the same place, you know, about your medication. And that could be a good place to troubleshoot medication. You click here, but if you're going to the, you know, Kroger's or whatever, and you're getting your medication filled somehow, but then it looks like it may very well have been that it was paid through, you know, either your personal insurance or Medicaid or something, and that's can be problematic when it should have been paid through the BWC. So it's a way to troubleshoot. Let's see, what else do we got here? So forms. So again, click on additional resources, injured worker forms, and one form that, you know, one of the things that we're often asked to submit on behalf of our injured workers is a C84. A lot of times you'll fill out, this is a request for temporary total comp. Usually the way this works is you go to your doctor, they submit, or they have to submit what's called a Medco 14. If they're certifying you off work, they would do so in that document. If you're requesting comp, you would submit, basically, you might even do it at the doctor's office. They might have you fill out a C84, and then you'd submit that. You got to submit both in order to receive the temporary total disability comp. So if you didn't submit at the doctor's office, or you're not sure if you have, again, you could do this yourself. You can ask your attorney to do it, but you can do it here, and you could do it online, and you would click on this, what looks like a computer, and then you just fill out the form online. It's super easy. It might save you some headache trying to chase down your attorney or your doctor to submit this, so you can do it yourself. But there's a bunch of other forms on here, so look at those, and maybe in a future video I'll go over some of these forms. But for now, that CD4 is a very common thing which you're asked to submit, so that's right here. Another thing would be a CD6 motion. That's basically when you're trying to add an additional condition or have anything that you're trying to add to the claim. Usually you submit a CD6 motion to the claim, but that's the CD4. And let's see, what do we got finally? And it's just showing you, click on that start page. So this is what's called Dolphin, or the BWC's webpage. I don't know why it's called Dolphin, but it's known as Dolphin to everybody. If you have any questions or concerns, you could always leave comments. You could email me, call the office. If you have a work injury and you're not represented, as always, I recommend you find an attorney. You know, by all means, give us a buzz, and we'll see if we can help you. But at the very least, if you don't want to go with us, find some workers' comp attorney in Ohio. Call them up. All consults with most every attorney. I mean, they're always gonna be free. And then get an attorney involved to help you with your workers' comp claim. So if you're not interested in going with us, find somebody else. But absolutely get representation. It's going to pay dividends over the long run. You're going to get more value out of the claim. You're going to get more comp paid, and then you'll get more medical bills. I mean, it's usually the case. There's been claimants who have been very hands-on, but there's a lot of nuts and bolts with this workers' comp stuff, and I would not suggest you go it alone. So absolutely get representation. With that said, thank you for listening to this video, and good luck and stay healthy.